Hold tight, fight fans, because the action is non-stop. We're going live from Perth, Australia, as the UFC gears up for Della Maddalena versus Prates. Jack Della Maddalena, the #1 ranked welterweight contender, is facing off against Carlos Prates in a clash that's already got the MMA world buzzing. Hear what Della Maddalena himself said about Prates. He gets into a flow, and he looks really good. You've got to be absolutely switched on. Plus, we've got Beneil Darius, Quillan Salkeld, and Tai Tuivasa all stepping into the octagon this Saturday on Paramount+.
Here's a simple way to protect your phone without stress. This Allen 3-pack comes with tempered glass screen protectors, camera lens protectors, and an installation frame for an easier, cleaner fit. It's clear, case-friendly, and built to help guard against scratches and everyday bumps. Check the link in the comments to get it on Amazon.
But the talent doesn't stop there. Get ready to witness the arrival of a new force in the featherweight division, because Murtazli Magomedov, fresh off a dominant victory in Dana White's Contender Series, is making his official UFC debut. This undefeated phenom, boasting a 100% finishing rate, will battle Murtazli Magomedov on June 20th. Magomedov stopped Arman Tsarukyan in under 2 minutes to earn his contract, and now he's looking to make a statement against another DWCS alum. And don't miss the main event of UFC Vegas 119, Manel Kape versus Kyoji Horiguchi 2. Now, let's talk strategy and the changing landscape of the UFC. Lightweight contender Arman Tsarukyan is claiming the promotion now prioritizes drama over actual fighting. He points to the success of stars like Conor McGregor, Khabib Nurmagomedov, and Nate Diaz, arguing that viral moments and pre-fight conflict are now just as important as skill inside the cage. Tsarukyan himself has been generating plenty of buzz and is potentially next in line for a title shot after the Topuria versus Geith showdown at UFC Freedom 250. Is he right about the UFC's new focus? Finally, a former UFC fighter is speaking out against Dana White's reaction to a recent shooting near the White House. Veteran Tim Brown, who survived the 2004 Damageplan concert shooting, criticized White's description of the incident as awesome, calling it deeply inappropriate. Brown knows firsthand the gravity of such situations, and he's not holding back his disappointment. This is a story that's sparking a crucial conversation. Don't miss the full breakdown of all these stories. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring the bell for notifications so you never miss an update. Good morning, and welcome to live coverage of the UFC Perth Media Day. The Ultimate Fighting Championship is hosting this event ahead of Saturday night's Della Maddalena versus Prates fight card, set to take place at the RAC Arena in Perth, Australia, and streamed live on Paramount+. The live video stream is underway now, beginning at 5 a.m. Eastern Time, and features several of the event's top contenders. We'll hear from #1 ranked welterweight Jack Della Maddalena, his opponent, the #5 ranked Carlos Prates, lightweight contender Beneil Darius, rising Australian star Quillan Salkeld, and heavyweight fan favorite Tai Tuivasa. Della Maddalena has already spoken about the challenge Prates presents, describing him as a dangerous guy, an exciting guy to watch, and emphasizing the need for complete focus. He expressed confidence in his defensive skills and ability to dictate the pace. For the full fight card details and Paramount+ lineup, please check the link provided. We'll continue to bring you updates live from the UFC Perth Media Day as they become available. Undefeated featherweight prospect Murtazli Magomedov is set to make his highly anticipated UFC debut on June 20th at UFC Fight Night in Las Vegas. The 26-year-old earned his contract through Dana White's Contender Series, dispatching Arman Tsarukyan in under 2 minutes with strikes. Magomedov boasts a perfect 7-0 amateur record and quickly captured both the WEF selection and Octagon League featherweight titles since turning professional in 2022. He'll face fellow DWCS alum Murtazli Magomedov, who has a 2-3 UFC record, including a recent first-round loss to Gene Silva. The fight joins a card headlined by a flyweight rematch between Manel Kape and Kyoji Horiguchi, and brings the total number of scheduled bouts to 9. The UFC continues its busy schedule with events in Perth, Western Australia this weekend, followed by a week off before returning to Macau and culminating in UFC Freedom 250 at the White House in June. Other fights on the June 20th card include Carol Rosa versus Luana Santos, Christian Rodriguez versus Haider Amel, Ian Cutelaba versus Navajo Sterling, Janata Diniz versus Jose Luis, Andre Lima versus Kevin Borges, Bia Mesquita versus Melissa Mullins, and Mitch Raposo versus Alan Nascimento. UFC lightweight contender Arman Tsarukyan is making waves, and it's not just inside the octagon. Tsarukyan, a top contender who's been consistently active with grappling matches, streams, and public appearances, claims the UFC is prioritizing drama and viral moments over pure fighting skill. In a recent interview, Tsarukyan asserted that the promotion thrives on the build-up and controversy surrounding fighters, citing Conor McGregor, Khabib Nurmagomedov, and Nate Diaz as prime examples. He pointed to the infamous McGregor bus incident as a catalyst for the record-breaking McGregor-Nurmagomedov fight, arguing that the pre-fight conflict generated unprecedented interest. While Tsarukyan's own record remains impressive, a recent submission victory over Dan Hooker and a 2024 decision win against Charles Oliveira, he's currently awaiting his next opportunity. He's widely anticipated to face the winner of the upcoming Ilia Topuria versus Justin Gaethje title fight at UFC Freedom 250 on June 14th, and has even volunteered to be the backup fighter for that bout. This comes as fellow UFC star Khamzat Chimaev is being labeled as beatable by his own training partner, adding further intrigue to the current landscape of the promotion. A former UFC fighter is sharply criticizing UFC President Dana White over his reaction to Saturday's shooting near the White House. White, who was attending the White House Correspondents' Dinner and is planning a special UFC event on the White House lawn, described the incident as awesome in a statement to USA Today, detailing his experience as security personnel searched for the shooter. The shooter, a 31-year-old schoolteacher and computer engineer, opened fire in the lobby of the Washington Hilton, striking a Secret Service agent who is now expected to recover. Former UFC veteran and survivor of the 2004 Damageplan concert shooting, where 4 people were killed, Mark Brown, condemned White's choice of words, stating that such events are not awesome in any sense of the word. Footage circulating online shows White appearing remarkably calm during the unfolding situation, despite the proximity of the gunfire. While White and other officials were not in immediate danger, the incident resulted in a Secret Service agent being injured. This controversy comes as Dana White's Zuffa Boxing prepares for its first UK event, and as fighters like Merab Dvalishvili express disappointment with other fighters and Sean Strickland, issues a warning to Khamzat Chimaev ahead of UFC 328.